Oh my goodness. Let's slowly go ahead. I'm spilling it. She's gotten the hang of it. She's suckling on the bottle. This is very uncomfortable and it's probably very painful. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day so far. So guys, like I always say, another day, another rescue. I just got a call about these 2 abandoned kittens. They've been sitting next to someone's workplace for about 3 days now. So that means they haven't eaten in 3 days. So they're probably starving, they're probably super malnourished, they're probably skin and bones. And the rescuer informed us they have severe eye infections. Now we have been called to the rescue. We are gonna be taking these kittens in and getting them on the road to recovery. Now we are waiting for some videos and pictures to see how tiny these kittens are and to see how severe their eye infection is. So as we wait for these videos and pictures, we're gonna be heading inside and you guys are gonna be getting an update on my new jumping spiders and we are finally gonna be naming them. Now before we hop into today's adventure, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Kittens for sponsoring this video. So recently I switched up my hair care routine to all of Kittens products and I've been absolutely loving it. But not only do they make your hair smell amazing, they actually make such a difference in how my hair feels. The shampoo and conditioning bars have ultimately been my favorite. Now I've been totally hooked on the rice water protein. It's completely transformed my damaged bleach hair and it's made it grown out so much. They lather up so easily and the rice water protein has really helped strengthen my hair. I've noticed less breakage, more shine, and overall my hair just feels healthier and smoother. And I absolutely love that they're free of all the harsh stuff like parabens, sulfates, and silicones. What I also love is how the Kittens soap bars come with their own self-draining soap dish. And at night, I've been sleeping on their soft satin pillowcase that seriously helps keep my hair from tangling and breaking while I sleep. On the days I don't wash, I've been obsessed with their texturizing spray for volume and hair perfume, which makes my hair smell so good and feel refreshed. So guys, don't hesitate. If you want healthier, stronger, shinier hair, check out Kittens today. Click the link in my description to get 25% off your order, which will auto-apply at checkout. And here we have our setup. We found a cozy shelf to keep our terrariums. Now we have one open, which is mine, and we have Fernando's that is closed because his spider is actually right on the front of the terrarium. Now you can see that he's made a nest right on the front. He's spun his little webs and he is just gonna probably hang out here for the rest of the day because the sun is gonna be setting soon. So he's already settled in his little corner right here. And he is looking so good, so fat, and so happy. And he is absolutely loving his terrarium. Unfortunately, I did knock Fernando's pterodactyl down, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to get in there and put it back up. But here we have my spider right here. She made a cozy little home in the corner. You can see how she made a hammock out of her webs. And she actually has a mealworm that I fed her like a day or 2 ago hanging from her web. So like Fernando's spider, my spider's gonna be hanging out here for the rest of the night because the sun is gonna be setting very soon. She's probably taking a little spider nap. She's gonna be hanging out here until the morning time. So it's safe to say that our spiders are doing absolutely amazing. They're loving their terrariums. But guys, this is the moment you have been waiting for. We are going to be naming our spiders. Well, you guys are going to be naming our spiders. So I want to give a huge shout out to MKM for picking the name Ghost for Fernando's spider and War Goddess for picking the name Strawberry for mine. But did you hear that, guys? We got the text that we've been waiting for. The rescuer has finally gotten back to us with the videos and pictures. So guys, we're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna put it on screen and I'm gonna be watching it on my phone. So we're gonna be reacting to this for the very first time together. Let's see, guys. Okay, these babies look very tiny. They're definitely about like 3 to 4 weeks because they can walk around. But, oh my gosh, what is on his eyes? Do you see that one? The little orange kitten has some black gunk, I think, sealing his eyes completely shut. And that's definitely the eye infection. Now we can't see the little black and white kitten, but these babies don't look good. They're screaming, they're crying, and they're probably starving. So since Fernando's in the area, I'm gonna send him to pick up these poor little babies. We've made it to my garage and Fernando put our little kitties up on the counter so none of the other animals are gonna be bothering these little babies. And of course, to quarantine them away from all the other animals, and I can hear them cry. And this is gonna be my first reaction to them. The videos look absolutely horrendous. Their eyes look terrible, but this is the first time you guys are gonna be seeing them, and I'm gonna be seeing them. All right, guys, here we go. Okay, you can see they're nestling into the blanket right here. We can't see their faces just yet, but she said they have absolutely terrible, terrible eye infection. So let's go ahead. Oh, they're trying to look for a nipple. But look at this, guys. This is horrible. Oh my gosh, look at this poor baby's eyes. Wait, let's take her out. Oh my goodness, this poor little baby's eyes are sealed shut. I think that's like dirt mixed with like an eye infection and eye gunk right here. And this little baby doesn't have it as bad, but this little buddy still has an eye infection. And these little babies are just skin and bones, and you can just see how tiny they are, but you can hear they're absolutely starving. They told me that they haven't eaten in 3 days, so before we remove their eye gunk, we definitely have to feed them to get their little tummies full. So we added a heating pad to keep their temperature up, to keep their temperature regulated, because these babies can't hold their temperature. They're very, very tiny, and they need a heat source. They need something to keep them warm. Now, before we feed them, we need to actually stimulate them. Now, if you guys didn't know this, kitties that are this little can't go to the bathroom on their own. So if the mom is taking care of them, she'll actually lick down there to make them go pee and poop. So that's what we're trying to imitate. We're trying to imitate the mom. So we want to make sure before we feed this little guy that we get all of his pee and his poop out. And we're just going to take a quick inspection first, though. He's covered in dirt, but I want to make sure he's not covered in fleas. We're going to just gently start rubbing, because I don't know when the last time these little babies went to the bathroom. And just like that, guys, look at that. This little baby is peeing, and he's trying to move out of my hands because he's so hungry. But we need to make sure that we get all of his pee out so he can eat after. Now on to the next kitty. We're just gonna start stimulating her right away. So right here we have a little girl kitty, and the little orange one is a boy. And just like that, you can see by stimulating her, she's already going to the bathroom. So it's time to feed the kittens. So this is everything that the rescuer got us. We have not only one milk replacer, we got 2, we got 3, we got some bottles right here, and we have a bunch of different shapes of the nipples. Now the most important that we need are these shapes right here. And of course we have our eye drops to heal their eyes, and some kitten food so when they start weaning. We have the milk, we have the bottle. Now it's time to fill the bottle up. Now since these kittens are 3 to 4 weeks old, we're gonna be filling it up to 15 mLs and splitting it between the 2. Now, of course, if they're extra hungry, we're gonna give them a little bit more, but we can't overfeed them because we don't want them to get diarrhea. So we're gonna go ahead. Whoa, I already spilled it, guys, but thankfully we have 2 more of these. I didn't think it was that full. Let's slowly go ahead. I'm spilling it. This definitely wasn't the way to do it, but we're right at the 15 mLs. We gotta heat our milk up, so we're gonna place it in the microwave. Close the door. Press start, and our milk is nice and warm. Should be the perfect temperature. I can feel it's warm, but we must do the wrist test. We're gonna feel it. Yep, guys, that is the perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. So now it's time to go feed our starving kitties. Now it's time to feed our little kitty. I don't know if this little boy is gonna latch, because this is not mom's nipple. But, oh my goodness, he's trying to get the milk out. Grab his head and guide him. So we're gonna hold his head just like so, and like that, guys. He is suckling on the bottle right here, and he has gotten the hang of it. You can see he's chomping it down. And this little poor baby is so hungry, but you can see he's still having a little difficulty. And we're gonna feed him till his tummy is nice and full. Now we have the black and white kitty. We're going to see if she wants to suckle on the milk. You can see she's chewing it. She doesn't know. Oh, and just like that, guys, she's gotten the hang of it. She's suckling on the bottle, and give her a little break. See if she wants a little bit more. Here you go. Right here. So since our kitties are nice and full, this is the next most important part. We have a nice warm paper towel soaked in water. And what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna just hold it against this little baby's eye and start softly kind of rubbing. Now this is hopefully gonna get whatever this gunk is off of this poor baby's eye. We're gonna do the other side, and obviously this baby's gonna be crying. This is very uncomfortable, and it's probably very painful because you can see all of that pus under whatever the heck is on top of his eye, but I think we're loosening it up, guys. Hopefully we can try to get this off as soon as possible. And just like that, guys, it is lifting up, so you can see whatever is on this little baby's eye, whatever's sealing it shut, is slowly lifting it up because we're soaking it with the water, and it's almost off. This is the most pitiful thing that I have seen in a very long time, guys. His eyes are so irritated. We got all the gunk off, and not only are his eyes really irritated, but this little baby's is skin and bones. I can really feel his spine right here, so we're gonna have to keep up with all of the feedings to make sure we fatten these little babies up. But now we can see how irritated and how bad his eyes really are. We're gonna start his medication. We're gonna have to be medicating his eyes twice a day. That's exactly what we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna hold him right here, and I think the best thing to do is to scruff him very lightly because he moves around so much, so we wanna make sure that we get them directly in his eyes to start healing them. So we got 1 and 2. Now you can see this baby is not nearly as bad, but she still has some eye crust. We're just gonna start softly rubbing her eyes like so, making sure we clean all the gunk and all the goo from it. We got her nice and scruffed. We're just gonna drop 1. Oh. We must get the other, so the infection stops here. And there we go. We have treated her eyes. We're just gonna rub them in nice and softly. And just like that, we have both kitties nice and fed and nice and treated for their eye infection. It is the next morning, guys, and look at the difference. I mean, yesterday, his eyes were completely caked with dirt and pus, and just by putting 2 treatments of the eye cream on, of our eye drops, his eyes are completely clearing up. Now, they still have a long road to recovery. They are nowhere near healed, but we are on the right track. We are healing his eyes, and we're gonna be healing his body because I did notice that this little baby has fleas, so we're gonna be giving him an antifungal bath. We have our antifungal soap and our water, so we're just gonna start lathering him up really fast. And the reason we wanna lather him on relatively fast, and oh my gosh, look at that dirt, guys. Look at these bubbles on my hand from the antifungal soap, completely covered in dirt. And by lathering them up really fast, we're gonna make sure that all of these fleas are trapped on his fur. And if you guys see all of these little black things all over its neck, that is actually flea poop. So it looks like dirt, but don't be fooled. So guys, if you ever think there's dirt on your cat and dog, take a second look, but that's probably flea poop. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna grab our tweezers. So we're gonna take our tweezers really fast because we already spot 2 fleas. We have 1 flea right here, we're gonna squeeze, and we have another one right up on our neck, right up on his neck, and that's how you kill them. Guys, look at the water that I am just squeezing off of this little kitten. That's all from the flea poop. So this baby was completely covered. You can see it all on his neck right here, and he's gonna have to be bathed multiple times. Guys, look at that. There's literally a flea that was running right next to this baby's face. Oh my goodness. They're literally all over his face. They're surrounding his eye right here, and they're nestling in his fur. And the reason they're nestling up here is because you can see this is dry fur. So they're gonna escape and try to run to the dry spot on this little kitty. So we're just gonna sift through. So you can see we got 1, 2, and 3 fleas, and these fleas were trying to escape to a dry spot. So we're just gonna chomp them down, squeeze, and let's see, pop, and last but not least, and we're gonna do the same exact thing to this kitty, and just like that, guys, we are lathering the soap up, and that is all from the flea poop. So we're gonna rinse it off. We're gonna start rinsing him, and look at the sink. Look at from this little kitty. This poor baby is probably covered in fleas just like her brother. And we're just gonna keep on lathering it up until she's nice and clean because this is disgusting. So she's completely covered in the soap. Now obviously because she's a fully black kitten, it's really, really difficult to see any of the flea poop or any fleas. So it's gonna be next to impossible to completely clear her, but we're gonna try our best. And we're gonna keep lathering her up several times to get her nice and clean. Guys, look at this. The flea is escaping to her face and is trying to go in her eyeball. It's burying itself in the fur, and we just got it. So we've put her on her back to make sure she has no fleas on her belly. And the first thing that I saw, guys, is this right here. Look at this. Look on the side of her neck. We have a big flea and we have a little flea. We have our kittens bundled up, but they're nice and clean. We got all of the fleas off that we could see. Their eyes have been treated and their bellies are full and they're on the road to recovery. So guys, that's going to end today's video. We're gonna dry these little babies off and put them snuggled on their heating pad. And if you all enjoyed today's video, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below a name for both of these kitties. We have a little boy kitty and we have a little girl kitty right in the back right here. And if I like your name, I'm gonna shout you out in the next video. And if you wanna stay updated with these little kitties and you wanna see some more crazy rescue videos, well, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, link down below.